This election, I think, is going to decide the fate of America and the fate of Western civilization.
And they tried to the next president of the United States. Enough was enough. And I said, let Trumpomania run wild, brother. Let Trumpomania rule again. Let Trumpomania make America great again.
If you try to kill our citizens, we will kill you. If you spill a drop of American blood, we will spill a gallon of yours.
If you come back, we're going to kill you. We're going to give you the death penalty or kill you.
The fact is, and I'll say it now, you have to get him the hell out. You have to get him out. We will make America great again.
I'm in the charts all day. My goal is to make you money. I provide the information required to know exactly when to enter. I don't give this blanket statement, buy the breakout, buy the retest. Join me every single day, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to understand the who, what, where, when, and especially the why when it comes to trading. This is why the coin's dumping. Every 7 days, it's releasing tokens. Oh man, I love that intro. Man, it's so powerful. Sorry, mic check, mic check. Mic looks good. All right, so let's do this, guys. In 3, 2, and 1. Let's get some bingo bangos in the chat. Some bingos and a bango. So here we go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is your time. It's always time to make this money. So let's do it, guys. Let's make this money. My name is Joe, also known as Trade Intuition, where we show you how to successfully trade without all the complicated and boring terms, pattern memorization. We make trading, I wouldn't say easy, but not as difficult. Trading is only as difficult as you make it. It really is. Support, resistance, trend lines. That's all you need. Now, can you throw indicators on top of that? Yeah, of course. But you need to have a solid foundation in order to build on it. And of course, when you're building on it, that's when you go into whether it's the Wyckoff theory, whether it's divergence, indicators, but you need to know at least the basics looking at structure. You know, are we making higher highs, higher lows? Are we in an uptrend, a downtrend? All this stuff is very, very important. And I show you all that here live every single day. Now, granted, we're kind of changing up the times. Normally it's at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But there are some times we're doing 5 p.m., 7 p.m. Today we're doing 12. And again, the reason for that is just to kind of get different people in the chat. So I do thank you guys for being here. Let's look at crypto bubbles. Let's get started, guys. So here we are, crypto bubbles. PNUT is absolutely just annihilating all the other coins. And for the day, it's gone up 260%. We're going to be talking about this. We're also going to be talking about other coins that you want. Here, what I like doing is sharing my thought process. You know, are you looking at certain coins? If you are, let us know. Let us know in the chat. That way we can all possibly make some money off of that coin. Of course, I show you the setups. I show you if they're ready or if they're not. Show you where to set your alerts. That way you're letting the trades come to you versus you chasing the trades, you chasing the green candles. Very important. As a matter of fact, I was in just in the Discord right now with Alex O Crypto, and of course, so here's the thing. You don't really want to be buying breakouts. And Alex O actually mentioned this on the in the Discord. We just left there right now. But he was saying, you know, what you want is the retracements. And this is why it's very important to let the trades come to you and not to chase the trades. If you're seeing coins going up 30, 40, 50%, I used to. I'm guilty of it. Let me know in the chat if you're guilty with a number 1 in the chat. Did you or have you see green candles, 20, 30, 40, 50%, and then you buy into them? I used to do that all the time. And then sure enough, I was always wondering, why is it coming down? Well, you are the exit liquidity for people who are doing what we're supposed to do: buy low, sell high. So with that being said, you always want to potentially, if you can, enter on a retrace. Now, if you are buying as it's going up, I would recommend just putting a little bit in, let's say 25% of your total investment. So let's say you're going to do $100 on that trade. Maybe put $25 in. Granted, none of this is financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. But you put $25 in, knowing that you have a very high likelihood that it's going to come down due to the pump. And then if it continues going up, well, you're at least in at 25%. But the best opportunity to make more money is waiting for that retrace to happen. One thing you will notice, depending on how bullish the market is, depends on how much it'll retrace. In the bear market, it normally retraces around 50%. I'd say 35 to 50%. On the average, 50%. If it goes down to the 0.5 or the 618 for the golden, it's called the golden pocket. This is on the fib retracement. And when it gets into that area, usually it bounces. However, we've been seeing this, especially towards the end of the bear market, where it would retrace maybe 35, 38%, and then go up. So you always have to adjust to the market. And I see this all the time. I'm in several groups and I watch a lot of people, and what they do is they have the same set of rules, regardless if it's the bull market or the bear market. You will get wrecked, guys. You will absolutely get wrecked. But let me know in the chat if you would do that, or if you still do that, buying when the candles are green. Right now, would I buy Bitcoin? No, definitely not. Why now? Why not? All-time high. We have a much higher likelihood that it's going to come down. However, and I hate saying this, Bitcoin will continue going up until it stops. To me, I want to know, when is it coming down? Where is it going to? However, nobody knows. All we have is percentages of the possible areas of interest, whether it is fair value gaps, order blocks, but we're going to get all to that in just a moment. All right. So looking at the hourly time frame, we do see prices are going up, prices are going down. Right now, the market is very hypersensitive to whatever Bitcoin's doing. If Bitcoin starts going up, guess what? More than likely, your alts are going up. Bitcoin starts going down, it does a little sneeze or a little hiccup or a little cough. Guess what? Your coins are also reacting to that, and they start coming down. So once again, if you have any coins you want me to do, let me know. We will go. So on PNUT, we entered yesterday when our targets got hit really quick. Today we re-entered, and this is one of the coins that I do want to share with everybody here, because I think that it can continue going up, and I'm going to show you why as well. So we have GOAT coming down almost 5%. We have Dog with Hat, or Whiff, down 4%. Let's see here. What else do we have? Popcat, and of course right now I'm looking at meme coins. Popcat down 2%, and same thing with Bonk. Now the reason they're down is because they've already gone up. What goes up will come down. What goes down will come up, unless it's a rug pull. So hopefully no rug pulls. All right. So let's go ahead, and I do thank you guys for being here. And of course, thank you for smashing the likes. The likes really do help out. So I do appreciate that. Let us go to the liquidations. I like looking at this just to see who's getting wrecked. Are they shorts or are they longs? Right now, lots of shorts, more shorts than longs. And as I mentioned, right now, just kind of going up, and then Bitcoin will cross a certain level. And then of course, people start going long or short, and then it just kind of going back and forth. But right now, shorts are getting liquidated more than longs. We have this amount. I'm not going to read them out to you. You can read that. But it's not it's not advisable right now to go short. Then of course we have the fear and greed index, get ready to be blinded, and we are blind. So here we have 84, we're in extreme greed. This is when you want to sell. Now most people like myself, and you know, I'll go ahead and put a 1 in the chat as well. Most people, they will go ahead and enter now. They will enter now due to the fact that everything's green. Everything looks like it's going to $1 million. However, just know the people who bought low are going to start selling if they're not already selling. Now, when the market gets really good, oh my gosh, get ready. Get ready. We're going to see 20, 30, 40% being our first target. I mean, like, oh man, like it took a couple hours to get 30%. Come on, what's going on? The market's slow. That's how good it's going to get. 50, 60, 70% is going to be average. 120, and then some's going to be, those are going to be our good trades. And it just depends on how long you hold the trades. So let's go ahead and get to it. Right now, Bitcoin, all-time high. Once again, all-time high. Right now we have all-time high at 93,483. Do I expect it to come down? Yes. When it stops going up. Now what you can do is you can go to a lower time frame. For me, I love the 15-minute. You go on the lower time frames on the 15-minute, and right now our current level would be right here. This would be the level it needs to break in order for you to possibly think about going short. However, I wouldn't, because we've seen this multiple times. This was a bullish divergence, but we've seen this multiple times to where, for example, here, let's go ahead and draw out our line. So this was a level that, so in the overall, the bigger picture, macro picture, bullish. Now, if you trade market structure, you know that you have your high, you have your low, anywhere in between here, it's still bullish. You can come all the way to the very bottom and it's still bullish, unless, or rather until, it crosses your low, and then now the sentiment changes, the overall big picture changes, now possibly starting the bearish momentum, and hopefully, you know, lower lows, lower highs, and keep on going, and then now good short. However, look at here, this, if you try to front run this, sure, you start shorting, you get stopped out, it starts going up. Now if you do this, just know that you have your other level right here. And now you say, oh, well, this is an SFP, a swing failure pattern. What is this? It's just a fancy word for a wick. That's all it is. There's so many things that are said in crypto, or in trading for that matter, that mean the exact same thing, but different words are used. Swing failure pattern in simple tense is a wick. This is saying that there's buying pressure. This is saying that this area is strong, this zone is strong, and we have a higher likelihood of it coming down. So as it comes down and then it stops, it reverses, and now it breaks this area. Now this is saying, okay, we have another wick. Well, more than likely buying pressure. Okay, the price may come down, but it doesn't. So number one is price. Price is very important. Price is like water. It's very fluid, and you have to adapt to what it's doing. Right now, selling pressure. I'm not sure if I said selling pressure or buying pressure, but this is selling pressure. You know, it's coming down. So here, selling pressure, coming down. This is saying that more than likely the price may come down. You may also have other mentors that say long wick reversal or anything like that. Now, I do want to point this out. Whenever you have a mentor, always backtest. Backtest everything. Backtest what I say. You know, never trust anybody, especially me. Don't ever trust me. Verify. Here, we can see it's a long wick. And then here, let's do a longer wick. So you can see, oh, here, long wick reversal right in this area. However, the next candle can do this. The next candle can do this, and it can continue going up. Most mentors, when they're showing long wick reversals, it's when the price went down. And what they're doing is they're showing that their thought process is correct with a long wick reversal. However, once again, treat it like water. You know, this can easily go up. The money flow can easily start coming in. The divergence may have already played out by going down 1%. Everything can change. So what I do is I trade based off of momentum. I trade based off of the price action. And whenever I'm doing anything, I always try to keep it as simple as possible. Example, SFP, swing failure pattern. If I just said SFP and continued on, what's SFP? What is that? What I do is, anytime I do an acronym, or SFP, FVG, any kind of, what I'll do is I'll actually give the definition of it and then explain what it is. Because in my opinion, that is the best, in my opinion, for me, and everybody learns differently. For me, I need stuff simple. I really do. So whenever I look at this, a wick, selling pressure, price might come down. Doesn't mean it will. It might come down. Now, in order to short here, if you wanted to, you could try to front run it here. But it's better to front or to enter the trade here, because this is a lower spot. And if you wanted to, you could do 25% here, 50% here, and just see how the price action goes before continuing on. Granted, because this is bullish, macro, bigger term or bigger time frames, we're looking at it possibly continuing to go up. Now, one thing that I do want to share is, whenever I'm showing you anything, what I always do, unlike most mentors, I show you what I would have done in the moment. Not because I see what happened, but if I have a certain set of rules for this particular time in the market, let's just say, for example, I would short for whatever reason, and I wouldn't, but let's just say I would short. And even though I see that it went up, based off of the rules that I teach day by day, I would tell you, yeah, I'd go short. And guess what? These are the reasons why, and I would have been stopped out. The market changed. So just kind of keep that in mind whenever you are watching me. I would show you what I would have done in the moment versus what I see. I see a lot of people, and it comes down to like the long wick reversals, or if it goes the opposite way, they're looking for reasons why. They're looking for their indicators. The 15-minute no, the 7-minute no, the 3-minute. Okay, there was divergence. I don't do that. I show you what I would have done in the moment. All right, moving on. So let's go ahead and look at Bitcoin. Would I short? Man, it's really tough because the momentum is up. If you wanted to try to short, you could potentially. Price is going to come down. When? Nobody knows. When it decides to stop running up. And a lot of people right now, as I mentioned, they are getting stopped out. Let's look at the chat really quick. Once again, guys, if you have any coins you want me to do, let me know. This is 1 hour of free mentorship. Ask me questions. I absolutely love questions. And there are no dumb questions. They're either questions we've already had before or haven't thought of. It's that simple. So just remember, there are no dumb questions. Do not be embarrassed. Take this opportunity to ask. And again, free 1 hour free mentorship. There are mentors that will charge you $99 an hour for what I give for free. Now, you may think, well, you're giving it away for free. There's no value in it. I don't know. Test me. See, ask me questions. Let me show you that I will make you money. It's not maybe. I know I will. With that being said, let's go and get started. All right. See, we got Wick in the house. What's up, my friend? What's going on? Appreciate you for being here. We got Crypto Chef in the house. What's going on? Appreciate you. Corey, my man, what's up? What is up? We got Alan. What's going on, Alan? Appreciate you guys for being here. Of course, definitely smash the like, subscribe, have the notification bell on. Right now, this week especially, going different times. But what I do is I keep it real. Do I have a group? Yes. Do I only show you the wins so I can trick you into getting to my group? No. I am in my opinion, extremely, what's the word? Transparent. Extremely transparent. I tell you my wins, I tell you my losses. I tell you the biggest thing you're going to get here is experience. And that's one thing that you will not find on a website, because there's a lot of great websites, but you won't see it on a website as far as experience goes. What works, what doesn't work, why doesn't it work, when does it work? I'm gonna tell you all a story really quick, and then we're gonna get into this. Hey, we got Harp in the chat. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. We got Sin. So I'm in several groups, of course, and I was in one of the groups earlier today, this morning, and they do setups like this. I'm going to show you what they do. And they do setups like this. They'll do something like this, which is, a valid setup. So they'll do something like this, and then they'll do something, oops, wrong one. They'll do something like this, and then maybe like down here. And then hopefully you can see all this. And then they'll probably do like another one to where it's something like, and let's just do one more down here. Oh, wrong way. Let's do this one right here. So I do have a point that I'm going to make, and I'm going to make it really, really quick. Did I do the wrong one again? I got short on my brain. Let's go long. So they'll have another one like this. So they'll do something like this, and like this, and then one more just for giggles, and then one more something like this. All right. Okay, so you can say, okay, if it comes, up, we can enter the trade, or we can even enter right now for a short. But one thing that's very difficult is what time frame. Like, are you entering on a 2 minute? Because they love posting 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 9 minutes, 12 minutes. They have so many time frames up here. And sometimes the entry is on a 2 minute. Sometimes the entry is on a 7 minute. So what I did earlier today was I just asked them. I said, in reference to like your trades, like what time frame are you entering on? And their response was, well, I really don't enter on time frames. I enter on momentum. Okay, I get it. For me, I love momentum. So all right, I get it. But I mean, you need to know what time frame you're looking at to see the momentum that you're seeing, because a 15-minute momentum is way different than a 2-minute momentum. For example, let's do this. This is a 2-minute momentum. This is a 2-minute momentum. This is a 5-minute momentum. This is a 30-minute momentum. So depending on the momentum depends on when you're entering. So that was my question. And I literally asked it like 4 different ways, and he couldn't answer it. So with that being said, for me personally, the lower the time frames, the higher likelihood of fake outs. So it depends on your risk tolerance. The lower the time frames, the sooner you can get in. However, let's just say we were thinking about shorting and we enter right now. Right now is a good spot. And then it comes up and then we get stopped out. And then it does this number. Okay, well, we got stopped out already. And then let's say they'll post the results. Hey guys, great thing, y'all enter the trade. Well, they might say, oh, well, we entered here, versus when they really did enter and then get stopped out. And then not only that, but how many times are they getting stopped out? And then not only that, let's say it does this. Now let's repeat this, did this number, and then it comes up and then they get stopped out. Let's say they didn't do this when they did this. There's so many different variables. It's really hard to enter a trade, in my opinion, based off of the setups that are given. For me, I make it really easy. I say enter now. Stop loss here. And then if we get stopped out, I update the group. Okay, we got stopped out. Very tight stop loss. Let's see what happens. Do we find support here and starts coming up, breaks this level? Enter now. 50%. In case it comes down, your lower entry, 50%. I have yet to see anyone do setups the way I do setups. Now, granted, are my setups the best? I'm gonna be what's the word? I can't think of the word. But bias. In my opinion, I wouldn't say they're the best. However, they're the easiest to follow. Requires very little thinking because I say enter now. Once it hits this level, add to your entry. And then I have alerts. And then I'll update saying, if you didn't add to your entry, add to your entry. As opposed to you get into a trade, getting stopped out, then you seeing results in, their group. Thank you, man. I just, bought a Lamborghini due to your setup. I was like, when did you enter, man? I entered when he posted it, because it was ready. Granted, he had another post up here too, but I entered here and I got stopped out. And I tried 3 times and I got stopped out because I'm trading on the 2-minute time frame, which I don't. But so I'm just kind of giving you ideas. Larger time frames, you reduce the likelihood of getting stopped out. However, you also reduce potential chance of missing the trade. Let's say you're doing it on a 5-minute versus a 15-minute. Let's just say 5-minute. And by the time you see it, it's down here and you're like, let me see if I see more structure. And then the next candle's way down here. It's like, crap, I missed it. Or if you're on the 15-minute, it does this number. And by the time you do get your confirmation, it already moved. So once again, lower time frames, you can enter sooner, but you have higher risk. I love trading on the 15-minute. All right, moving on. So let's get rid of, lots of drawings. Let's get rid of all this junk. Let's get rid of all this junk. All right, there we go. So let's look at Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin doing? Let's go on the 1-hour time frame. I do see Bitcoin, if it pulls back, or rather when it pulls back, I do have to update this. Let me go ahead and make this a little bit darker for y'all so y'all can actually see this. And then let's do this one so you can see how I pulled it. I think it's very important to understand the who, what, where, when, and especially the why. This is the run up from the entire uptrend. This is from the low. So I started from here to the now current high, which is right here. For the actual trend, if it comes down to the 15% mark, it's okay only if it produces a wick. So if it produces and I didn't mean to do that one, if it produces a candle, let's say here, and then it produces a wick, this is acceptable, and the price action can continue going up with the thought process of when it does decide to come down, it's not going to come down very fast. Now, if we don't have a wick, and this is on the 15%, and it does this number again, granted, this is for the macro, this is for the bigger picture. If it has another one here and another one here, more than likely when it comes down, it's going to come down nice and fast because it needs to get all of this liquidity that is created. Now, with that being said, if we just get the pull from this area, which is going to be different, so let's go ahead and do the pull from the beginning of the move to here, and we're going to go ahead and zoom in, and I'm going to catch up on your chat in just a moment, guys. So if we look at just the move itself, a healthy retracement would be going to the 35% mark, 35, 38. So this would be a nice healthy move for this move right here. If it goes up and it comes down to the 50%, even better, and then start going up, great. Add to your entry, knowing that we have a very high likelihood that we may get rejected to the all-time high. All right, so looking at the chat really quick, see here, Wick says XRP is listed on Robinhood. Yes, I did hear about that earlier. Very great news for XRP Army, for the XRP people who hold XRP. Very good. I do hope XRP. So of course, Wick knows my thoughts on XRP and why I don't like it. But he said, "Sorry, Joe, I couldn't help it." No, I heard about this earlier, and yes, XRP is listed. XRP, what is Solana, AVAX? I think those were the three. I don't remember the other two, but I think for some reason those are coming to my brain. But in my opinion, now granted, the people who have been talking to me about this are like, you know what, Robinhood is not like a huge exchange. However, it is a very easy exchange for all the people that are new coming in and they're in stocks or whatever. They download Robinhood, maybe they see an ad or a commercial, and now they're buying Bitcoin. And then not only that, but they drink the Kool-Aid. They watch all these videos about XRP going to $500 and $1,000, and they're brand new, and they now have access to XRP. So in my opinion, do I think XRP is going to go up? Yes, I sure do. Same thing with the other ones. Let's see here, going down the list. Swag says, how can you find targets for something that breaks all-time high? Great question. We're going to get to that. We're going to answer that question, all-time high. We're going to answer that question for you. Great question. CryptoCoin Mindset says, made it at last for a hot minute. Very nice, very nice. At least for a hot minute. So I was on CryptoCoin Mindset's channel earlier today. Great channel. I'm on there on Mondays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, kind of doing like a market update, market recap, going over the debt, and you know, just looking at Bitcoin and everything else. And then of course today I was on there as well. Let's see here. Dylan says, how you doing? Doing good, my friend. Doing good. Doing good. Once again, if you have coins you want me to do, let me know. I'm catching a TI alive. Very nice, very nice. TI Joe. Let's go. Keep going down the list. I agree. I love the 15 and the 24. Yeah, 15 minute I love. I'll do the 5 minute from time to time, but usually the 15 minute, because even though the 5 minute I get in earlier, it could flip, it could reverse. So I prefer minimum 15. David says, my peanut bag is absolutely killing it the past few days. Yeah. So I didn't actually hear it until yesterday. I didn't know about the coin until yesterday. And this is the best part about, you know, going and looking at different channels, because you get exposed to different things. And yesterday I was on a particular channel. They were talking about peanut. I said, peanut, let me check it out. So I looked at it and said, man, it already moved a whole bunch. And then I do research on it. And I'm actually going to show you guys the research. And I was like, wow, let's do it. And we enter our targets hit within a few hours. And then of course this morning we entered the trade again. Let's see here. Let's do okay. So I don't know if those are the coins that are on. Let me know, Crypto Chef, if those are the coins you want me to look at. If so, type those in again, or if those are the coins that got listed on Robinhood. So let me know that. See, Corey says also Doge, ADA. I'm not sure if these are coins you want me to look at, or if I'm assuming. So we'll look at Doge, and these will be all really quick too. So Doge, in my opinion, is going to be really big this season, just because of Elon Musk. Good Lord. So we're going to explain all-time high. We're going to look at Doge, ADA, Pepe, AVAX. Ooh, there's a whole bunch. Render. And these are going to be all rapid fire. These are all rapid fire. And I'm guessing Pepe, XRP, Solana. Okay, here. You know what happens after XRP goes up? It goes down. Yes. Bingo and a bango. Bingo and a bango. Sam, you get the bingos and the bangos, because you are absolutely right. See here. Crypto Chef says the ones on Robinhood. Okay, good. Whew. Because that was a whole bunch. So Chef says the ones on Robinhood. Okay, very good. See here. Sol and Render. Okay. Very good. So just for clarification, From this moment on, if you would like a coin to be done, go ahead and put that in the chat. I think all the ones that y'all printed out before were from the Robinhood. So from this moment forward, any coins that I see in the chat, I will go ahead and do. Let's look at PNUT. So let's go ahead and do this. And this is very important. So let's do PNUT. PNUT the squirrel. Very sad story what happened to the squirrel and the raccoon. I cannot believe, and I don't really want to talk too much about this because we know how YouTube loves to people. So just know that it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. All right. So for the market cap, it's 1.72 billion. This actually doubled. It did a 2x since yesterday. It was 1.68 million, I believe, or billion. Lots of volume. The trading volume, I believe, was like 1 point something billion. And right now it's 4.57 billion. A lot of people are trading this one. This is where you want to go. You want to go where the people are at. Because if there's more volume, more people, you have more buys and sells. And then it goes higher and then higher and higher. You could have a great coin. It could have the best fundamental analysis. It could have the best team. It could have the best. It could solve everything, whether it's medical, AI, gaming. It could solve so many problems. But if people aren't talking about it, nobody knows about it. So you have to go where the hype is at. Now, in addition to that, of course, we can look at the memes, or rather the tags, political meme, animal memes, and the meme on the Solana ecosystem. Now, what I'm showing you right now is how to do fundamental analysis. This is the core of pretty much entering a trade. Now, entering a trade, you do need technical analysis. Is it breaking higher highs? Is it breaking a level? Did it find support? Is it retracing the whole? Like, you need to understand all that. In addition to that, if you want to hold a coin for a bit longer term, kind of find out what it is. Is it even worth getting? Well, you want to go to the markets. This one just came out. So I want to show you something right here. So let's go to all. You can see when it was posted on here. This was on the 4th. So just a few days ago. Just a few days ago, 9 days ago, it was posted. And of course, now it's done huge numbers, but it continues to do huge numbers. So keep this in mind. 9 days ago, it was put onto the market. Normally, you would expect it to be on only sold. Normally. And then maybe a month or two later, maybe on Gate.io, a month or two after that, maybe on MEXC, a month or two after that, maybe on bigger exchanges. Guess what, guys? It's on Binance. It's on Binance. Got listed on Binance a day or two ago. It's on KuCoin. It's on BitGet. It's on Gate.io. It's on BingX. It's on MEXC. It's on a lot of exchanges. They know that this coin is going to make, the exchanges know this coin is going to make them money with all the fees. They know this. This is why they put this coin on their exchange. This is huge, guys. In my opinion, is it too late? Nope. I think it can do a whole bunch more. And we'll get into that in just a moment. And then we go over here to news. Is there anything on the news? And of course, nothing. No news. What is it about? This is, Peanut Forever, Justice for Peanut, hashtag. It's a Peanut the Squirrel is a meme coin on Solana. Now what you want to do is you want to go to their website. You go to their website and then you look at this. Okay, Peanuts in Heaven. Then we go and we read about what happened, which is despicable. Like, how can they do this? So many people are outraged at what happened, and justifiable, as far as being outraged. Then you have this 0 taxes on this token. And you would think, hey, you know what? Let's make a meme coin and let's put some tax on it. 15%, average, just so the developers can make a whole bunch of money. And no taxes. So that's really good. Then, of course, they have other information here. Then this right here. This is the kicker. Elon Musk, not so much posting about this meme coin, but Elon Musk posting about PNUT. Donald Trump Jr. posting about PNUT. This is what's going to drive this meme coin to, I don't know, the next galaxy, probably. We'll see. Listed on all these exchanges. And more exchanges are going to be listing it too because they see how much this coin is doing. Let's see here, going down the list. And then of course you can also get it on the Phantom wallet. And it gives you the steps. You know, you can get on Radium and all the other ones. But this is, in my opinion, gonna just blow up. Now, I haven't gone on X. If you're on X, guys, definitely follow me. Definitely follow me on X. Let me see here. Let me go ahead and pin the messages. So this one, oh, I can't do it there. So let's go over here to this. See here, I'm gonna pin the message. This is how you follow me on X. And just pin the message. So here we have, you know, several different things on PNUT. Now it has 30,000 followers, and they just joined. 30,000 followers, and once again, I think, you know, it's going to be pretty huge. You know, there are lots of retweets, lots of likes, and let's go ahead, and I believe that's all I wanted to show for that. Now, on to the chart. Onto the chart. So we were looking at the chart earlier in reference to intraday trade. It pumped a lot already, guys. Not gonna lie, it pumped a lot. I would love to see it retrace to around this area, but now it's already moved more since we posted it in the VIP. It's moved even more. So what you could do, be responsible. Don't go all in. This is also available on futures. With that being said, don't go crazy. I'm actually in a futures 3x. Nothing crazy, 3x leverage. But if you do leverage, just know that, you know, you can make more money faster. You can also lose more money faster. If the price does come down, I would like to see it come down to around this area, but it could continue going up based off of the exchanges that it's on, based on more people talking about it, based on larger exchanges, larger influencers talking about this coin. And could this go to $3? Yeah, it's got a 1.5 billion market cap. Isn't that huge? No, not in, if we were in the bear market, the depths of the bear market, yeah, huge. It'll move 15% maybe in a week. But since we are very bullish right now, people are coming into the space and, you know, getting things as far as, you know, Doge and Bitcoin, everything else. If they come across this, they're also going to enter this trade, making the price come up. So, you know, $3, this is just a guesstimate. Great question in reference to all-time high. How do you do targets? Well, let's do this one. Oops, did not mean to show you that. Let's do this. So let's go to the very first one. Let's go to the very last one. Let's hide everything. And that's not what I meant to do. Let's hide everything. So how do we do all-time high? There's a few different ways. One of the easiest ways that I like to do is using the fib retracement tool. The fib extension. You have to find 3 points. All these tools are labeled over here. I do have stars by them, so they're on my favorites toolbar that it's floatable. You know, you just grab the 6 little dots, move it around wherever you want. So with this being said, I do like the fib extension tool, and you have to find 3 points. You have to find a low, a high, and a higher low. For this one, when I use that, I don't think so, because there's really, I could do it right here. So let's go ahead and try that. So let's do the fib extension, and for me, my fib extension is down here, but you can see that it highlights it here. This is where you would find yours, and then just do the star and you can have it where I have it. So what we can do is we want to find the lowest point in this sideways action. So the lowest point, make sure our magnet tool is on, is right here. The highest point before a retracement and then a move up is right here. Then the lowest point is right here. So this would be my fib extension tool to get targets on the way up. Now, what I'm also going to do is I'm going to show you my settings for this. Very simple settings, you know, the common ones. 0.5, 0.618, 0.786. I also do like 0.887. So I'll put that on there as well. And then we have 1. And then, of course, we do have the 272. And then, of course, these as well. Now, what you could do to get higher levels is just put a digit in front of the 0.5 or 0.618. You can put a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it just goes up higher and higher. Now, in addition to that, I do have the trend line showing so that when you're following any of my charts, this makes it really easy to see where I grab my points. There are so many people that post charts that are like this, where they don't have the trend line on there. So as you looking at it, like, how did you get that? Like, what did you do? Like, where did you even get those points from? What I do, because again, I always have the beginner mindset. I want to show you charts to where you can look at it and say, oh, this is how we did it. Let me replicate it. Let me do exactly what he did. So this is why I do what I do. I always have the beginner mindset. Here we have the trend line showing. We have extend lines to the right. If you don't want to have that on there, you can do it like this, but I have mine on there. And then in addition to that, I have the prices, the levels, the values, and then, oh, you can't see the rest of it. And then what you could do, come down here, go save as, and then save it whatever you want. Save it as all-time highs or whatever you want to save it as. Okay, so we're gonna just say okay. Now, what we're doing is we're looking for targets. What you want to do is you want to, you don't want to do this target, this target, this target, because they're really close together. But what you can do is do, let's say, because the price is already right here, what is the price range tool say as far as the percentages? Okay, 15%. 15% is pretty good. For me personally, I want about 25%. So this will be about my first target. What you want to do is you want to go underneath your levels. So what I can do is come over here. For this, it's just Alt J if you're on a Windows computer. For a Mac computer, I don't know what the shortcut is, but I'll do this one. I'm not going to do this one because it's really tight, but I'll do this one, and then I will do this one. And these are the levels that I want to have as my resistance levels. Now, in addition to that, I want to take this off. I don't like my chart being cluttered. So I'll take that off. These are my levels. Now what I want to do is I want to go underneath these resistance levels, because a lot of people are going to have their targets right at resistance. I want to be in front of the line. I don't want to be in the line and who knows if I'm in the middle or way in the back. I want to take my profits before everybody else. Taking profits, there's nothing wrong with that. It's okay if I get 25% and you get 45%. I got 25%. I'm happy with that. So for my target, what I would do is I would have my target right here. And then let's go ahead and just kind of give you an official setup. So my target would be right here. Oh, I already had targets, but we'll just do this for here. So it's for my target. And then of course, this is my stuff. So that would be my first target. And then of course here would be underneath resistance. Once again, doing Alt J, coming over to this, doing my template of a target, going over here to the settings, getting the coordinates. That way I don't have to mess with it too much. Come over here, settings, paste it, and then bingo bango. Now, as far as a stop loss, now this is the tricky part. For a stop loss, you want to have it underneath support. However, look at all this. These are huge moves right here. Now, what you could do is you could do a 10%, but a 10% you're going to get stopped out, especially with this amount of movement that it's doing. So I would personally recommend, oof, I hate doing this. No, I'm going to say 17%. I hate doing this. I absolutely hate it, but I want to show you why I'm picking this area. I'm picking this area because it's underneath this wick. Hopefully y'all can see all this. Throughout the entire chart, there's nothing but support resistance. Every candle body close is either support, resistance, depending on where you're going. If you're going up, it's resistance. If you're coming down, it's support. Every candle wick is support, resistance. So with that being said, this area right here, this candle body close is support. This wick is support. This wick is support. So if the price comes down, hopefully it bounces here off of this wick. If it doesn't, if it comes down, hopefully it bounces here off of these two wicks. If it continues coming down, hopefully it stops right here at this wick. If not, well, then it can get stopped out. Now, granted, this is a pretty, this is a big stop loss. Now, you're not entering 100% right here. As mentioned earlier, what we're doing is reducing our risk, increasing our profit. So we're entering 50% right here. We hope that it comes down. We want it to come down. We want it to come down to around here to possibly come up. Now, if you have the pullback of 35%, okay, you get stopped out, pulls back to about 35%. Now, does it continue coming down? Now everybody's maybe closing their trade. Now it's coming down 50%. Now it's coming down 75%. Now it's coming down to where it was before. Instead of either getting liquidated or riding this one out for several weeks or months, well, you got stopped out. Whatever. Let's say it goes to 35% and it starts coming up again. Okay, you re-enter the trade. And now this is a better entry. And now when you make it about here, you just regain all the money you lost and you're in gains much faster than potentially waiting for it to break even before you get your gains. So hopefully that answered your question. Well, I know it did, it should have, but hopefully that answers the question in reference to how to find targets for all-time highs. If it answered your question, put a 5 in the chat. If you knew about this on how to get all-time highs, put a 6 in the chat. And if you, well, that's it. That's just us. All right, moving on. Let's see here. Road Dog Crypto says, "Oh, thank God, there's someone sensible on this hour time frame. Grifter is drunk on ego." Yeah, he's bad, man. He's really bad. I normally just watch his content so I could show people what not to do. But yeah. All right, so right now I'm going down the list. We do have SUI that we're gonna do. So of course, we're not doing any other ones that were previously done because I think that was only for the coins that were on Robinhood. But let's see here. Our first one that we're gonna do is SUI. Let's see, Realistic says, Joe is the man with the plan. And we're gonna do Doge on Solana. Okay, Doge, thank you for that specification. Doge on Solana. We just went over PNUT. Let's see here. So we're doing that one. Okay, going down the list. Let's see, how much do you bounce between different time frames? What time frames? Okay, so this is a great question. I love these questions, guys. Bring them on. I absolutely love questions. So what I do, depending on what coin it is, like for the example, this coin right here, the largest time frame I can go on is the 1 hour, because there's no structure, there's no previous history that I can base it off of ups and downs and everything else. But on average, let's just go to let's go over here. Let's do this. Let's go to this. So let's go to let's see here. Which one did I update? To the DPEP. Okay, so let's just find a random coin. Let's go to Joe. It's not random if you're picking one. That's kind of random. Let's go with this one, TAO. So for this one, what I normally do is I normally go on a higher time frame just so I can kind of see what might happen. Here, we have up, down, up, down, up. It's looking good, and then it breaks this level, not looking so good anymore. Comes down, finds support here, starting coming up. So what this is telling me that it might come down some more, and do something like this. And then we just need to see if it breaks out here. So what I do is I go from a higher time frame. It's called top-down analysis. Depending how long I want to hold this depends on the time frame I do. So if this is going to be a bull run, long-term investment, I'll go from the weekly to the daily and enter on the 4 hour. Sometimes I'll enter on the daily. Usually I'll enter on the 4 hour, knowing that I'm gonna hold it for several months, 6, 8, 12 months. Now, if I'm just doing a regular swing trade where I want to hold it for only 3 to 5 days, what I'll do, I'll start on the daily. I'll look at the daily. I'll see how the price action's going. For me, I don't do patterns. I do see them, but I don't do patterns. For me, patterns personally give me a bias on my thought process. Oh, it's a bull flag. It's a bear pennant. It's a cup and handle, inverse head and shoulders. That, oh, it should go up. It should. Price action can do whatever it wants. It shouldn't do anything. We have a higher probability that it might do something. It can do something. There's a chance. So notice those words: might, chance, probability. All those are showing that my thought process is it can change at any moment. But if I say it should, it will, well, now my thought process is like, it's gonna do it. It's going to go up. It's going to go down. And if it reverses, my thought process is still the same. No, it's going to go up. It's going to go down. And that led to a lot of just holding the trades longer than they should have been held. With that being said, daily, then I go to 4 hour. 4 hour, it gives me more structure. It tells me what it's doing. Okay, it came down here, came up, came down here, came up. Okay, you know, no, looking at this, we might get a break of this area right here to where it comes up. Now, as far as entry goes, what I always do is I let the trades come to me. I never chase the trades. Chasing the trades will get you wrecked. So what I do is I set alerts. I will set an alert above this area of a pivot. And with this area of pivot, what it's telling me is that right now, there's a wall. There's a ceiling. We need to break this level before I can do anything. Do I want to enter right now? No. But Joe, it's a double bottom. I don't care. Joe, it broke the level. It closed right here. I don't care. Because it could come up here, get rejected, come down. Now, what do you have? Double top. If you trade patterns. Then what does it do? Probably break this level, come down here, break this level, continue coming down. Now find support here before coming up. So what I do, set my alert. 4 hour candle must close above this level that we just created. If it does, I enter the trade. And normally I have a much higher likelihood that I'm in profit much sooner right after I enter the trade versus doing it here and it doing this number. And now I'm just holding it. Like, how many groups have you been in where they say buy the breakout? Buy the breakout. You buy the breakout, it gets rejected off of this level of resistance. And then it comes down. Oh, it does a beautiful retest. Comes back up and gets rejected again to come back down. And now guess what? You're continuing this downtrend. This happens in so many groups. It's not even funny. And these groups, they will post 10, 15, 20 charts a day, wrecking so many of their members, but they don't care because the more charts they put out, it's a numbers game. The more charts they put out, the more that they can show. We had this person win 80%. We had this person win 40%. We had this person, you know, buy their 8-year-old kid a yacht. We had this, on and on and on and on. Now, here's the logic behind that. You have people that are in that group that, you know, enter trade after trade after trade. They're not winning, they're not winning, they're not winning. Then they win one and they post their winning result because why? People in general want to feel a part of a group. It's psychological. They want to do what other people are doing. So if other people are posting their wins in that group, well, when that person finally wins, they want to post their win. Granted, they lost 10 before, or the other 10 weren't doing so hot, but one of them, it finally did something. That's what they want to do. And if you do post something negative, I will be very surprised if they let you, the owners of the group or the admins, let you continue posting, because they don't want negative. They want only positive. For me, I'm very transparent. I tell you my wins, I tell you my losses. I tell you the experience that I have in crypto, and this is what we do every single day, guys. Every single day, I show you how to trade. I show you how to make money. And then now, because you're making money, well, guess what? You join the group, because in the group, I have a lot of thought process videos. I go over the coins that we're in. I do thought process videos on Bitcoin as it's going on, when it needs to happen. Same thing with the market, same thing with active trades, inactive trades, what we're waiting for. I do a whole bunch for the group, guys. I really do. And I just want to, just thank everybody who's here right now. If you haven't already, definitely smash the like. If you're gaining value from this, hopefully I can make you some money. So this is what I do. This is what I do. All right. So the first one we're going to do, I know I talk a bunch and we're already over our time, but we're going to continue it, guys. We're going to continue it. This is going to be, oh wait, I need to change this because I have VIP charts and I can't show you those. So let's do this. SUI, USDT. This is on MEXC. So this was one of the thought processes that I had way back over here, saying, a couple things, it could come down, it could go sideways, it could do this. This is why you want to set alerts. But let's go ahead and delete all this, all of our 6 drawings. Would I enter this trade right now? No. Why not? Exhibit A, Exhibit B. Could you enter this trade right now? Yeah, sure, of course. Just know that when Bitcoin retraces, it will pull back the entire market. So if you do enter this trade, just know that you may be holding it longer than you want to, because it may pull back. And the average pullback is about 35%. Now, most people, they'll have their stop losses around 15%. So you will be stopped out, wait for the bounce, re-enter the trade, and then of course you can do it. But if I'm just looking at this, would I enter the trade? I really wouldn't. Now, we could do the same concept as far as finding targets, all-time high. And of course, we don't have any back history on MEXC. We might have it on other exchanges, but we'll use the fib extension tool. We'll go from the absolute bottom to the high to the low before the run up. And this will give us our targets. Now, I would love to see this pull back to the golden pocket, the 0.5618 level. Do I think it will? No. Right now, the average is coming back down to about 35-40%, and it did just that. It ran up all the way up here, and then let's go to a lower time frame so we can see what's going on. There we go. It did pull back really nicely here, and then came up, pulled back again, did another retest, and coming up. If you wanted to, you could enter the trade. Granted, the reason it's higher risk for this coin, it's already done a nice run up. Do I think this coin's going to do great this bull run? Absolutely. Hands down, 100%. Right now, because Bitcoin is at a possible area of a retracement, it could pull this one back. If you do enter this coin, make sure to have a stop loss. Let's say, honestly, this coin looks great. This coin looks great, but Joe, you just said you wouldn't enter it. I wouldn't because of the run up. Now, if Bitcoin continues doing what it's doing, making newer all-time highs, printing green candles, it's going to bring up the rest of the market. So what I would do, if I was going to enter this trade, it broke this level. Let me go ahead and just show you. So it broke this level right here. And this is showing that this is very strong to continue to go up, because this high that's currently being printed is weak. It's very weak. It's saying that according to market structure, it's saying that the price should continue the uptrend. Now, what I would do is, if I were to enter this trade, I would definitely wait for the 4-hour candle to close. We got about 2 more hours, and see where it closes. If it closes underneath this area right here, I would wait, because what might happen, it might come down here, maybe lose its strength, maybe people taking profit, people doing exactly what you want to do, comes down to the golden pocket, breaks out, now you enter the trade. This ideal entry, let's say 4-hour candle closes and it's above the level, well then you can enter 50% though, 50%, because what you want to do is you want to reduce your risk, increase your profits. If you enter 50% and let's say you have a let's say you have a stop loss really should be way under here underneath these wicks, but that again, that's way too much. So let's say we have a stop loss, let's say you have a stop loss around 11%. Stop loss is right here. You get stopped out. Okay, you wait. You know, granted, you're losing 10-11% of your 50% investment. It's not the whole 100, but you're waiting to see what happens. Does it continue coming down all the way down? Maybe the market changes by then. Maybe Bitcoin finally retraces and all the whole market comes down. Well, guess what? You're very happy because you only got stopped out at 11% of half of your investment. Versus, let's say you put 100%. Well, now, let's say you're doing $100. You just lost $11 of that $100. You know, that's, and especially with the amount of risk involved right now, this is how I would do it. If it breaks above, then if it closes above, I enter the trade 50%. And then what I'm doing is I'm actually waiting to see, okay, it's doing this, great, retrace, because what goes up will come down, starts coming up again. Then you can either add here 25% or the other 50%, or even safer here. Now these little squiggles, they represent a pivot. They represent a break of structure. They represent a wall. This is the current position where it created a swing, and this is resistance. As we mentioned earlier, everywhere support resistance. You know, coming up, this was resistance. This wick, resistance. Coming up, resistance. Coming down, support. If we broke this support, enter short. This is the simplicity of trading. Now, what time frame do you enter? Do you go on a lower time frame? Lower time frames, you're going to have more ups and downs. You have more likelihood of getting stopped out. Now, if you're seeing something that is bullish on a larger time frame, higher highs, higher lows, you're at the bounce of a support on a 4-hour time frame, yeah, definitely enter on a lower time frame, 1 hour, 15 minute, because you have a higher likelihood that the bullish thought process is going to continue. All right, hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, see here, we got some questions coming on. We went over this one. Hopefully this helped in reference to your thought process. And then same thing as far as targets go. Use your fib extension to get your targets. Your first target, we could do, now again, this all depends on where the candle closes. I like doing a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. So my first target, do I think it'll get up here to 30%? Yes, I sure do. With the way the market's been going, if and only if Bitcoin continue to print green. This is very likely. Now, once again, only 50%. And let's say it closes here, 4-hour time frame, you enter 50%, and the next candle goes up 30%, you hit your target. Do not be mad. Oh man, I only made 28% of my 50% investment. I could have done 100%. Man, I'm not gonna listen to that Joe guy. Well, I'll tell you what, next time, hopefully it happens again and you're in 100%, but the likelihood of that happening is very slim. You know, you have a higher chance of, you know, up and down, and then by doing this and entering on the break of structure, it's showing conviction to where your thought process of a bullish trend is playing out. All right, so hopefully I answered that question in reference to SUI, entries, targets, stop loss, and then also this one. Let's see here, different time frames. So hopefully I answered that question. All right, moving on. Let's see here. Let's do big time as well. So we did that one, big time. It's a 192 million market cap. Very nice. Very nice. Let's see. Clay the Great says, what's going on, guys? Appreciate you, man, for being here. Yes, definitely, guys. Special like. Appreciate you for being here. See here. David says, as soon as I read the backstory on PNUT earlier last week, I bought it. Sad story. Yeah. I didn't even know, man. I didn't even know it was available. If I known it was available, I would have done it as well. And like I said, it's going to do some big numbers, in my opinion. The more people hear about it, the better it's going to, more it's going to move. Let's see here. Road Dog says, another sleepless night in crypto. Yes. Yes, indeed. See here. Jeff says, Joe, do you keep a trading journal? Yes and no, and I'll explain that. If so, what is something you would have, I guess, observed from your journal that has helped you with strategies win rate? Okay. So in reference to my journal, because I do a lot of videos, and because of my videos and because of my thought process videos, I reflect on the trades that have either won or lost. Now, what I would recommend, of course, everybody, do a journal, whether it's, on a notepad or on like a spreadsheet. Put the date, the name of the coin, why you entered. Now, I love doing this. I actually have on my YouTube channel is one of my earlier videos where I show you how to do a journal. I think it's only in my shorts though. I don't know if I have a longer video. I think I have a longer video, but I show you how you can use Google Sheets and do a drop down, create buttons, do a drop down, because my drop downs, I would have what it did. Did it break resistance? Was it a inverse head and shoulders? Was it a was the market bullish? Did Bitcoin reach all-time highs? So I would have that in drop down so that I didn't have to type it all the time. But you can put your entry, you can put whatever parameters you want to put in there. But then also, in addition to that, put the reason why you entered. What I used to do sometimes is I would put also what you want to do, is kind of put like the emotions that you're feeling as well. This is what I used to do in the beginning. I don't do it so much now, but in the beginning, it's really good to do because you realize your emotions. Man, today's great. I made, X amount of percentage on another coin. I'm entering this one. It broke this level, so that when you win or lose, you can kind of reflect. It's not a diary, guys. It's not a diary. Guys don't have diaries. Unless, I'm not going to say it. Guys don't have diaries. Guys have journals. So this is our trading journal. Females, they can have trading diaries if they want, but men use journals. Joe, you're sexist. No, not really. All right, here we go. So what I do, okay, so this is what I do. So for example, well, I want, because let me just show it. Let's go with this one. Okay, so here is one of the trade setups that we had in the VIP. Now in the setup, because I do videos, like I'm literally doing a journal, because I'm giving the thought process for the trade. And this is one thing you always want to do, whether you win or lose, you want to look and see, okay, what was your thought process? All right, so it broke out this level, it entered here. Now granted, I did delete some of the stuff because whenever I'm updating the group, I'm removing some so it looks cleaner. But here you can say, I entered 50% on this trade because it broke resistance. It broke resistance. This is going to be kind of real quick. It broke resistance. Price action is above the 50. The 50 SMA is above the 200. So this equals bullish idea on the 1 hour time frame. 15-minute time frame has bullish divergence. Market is great, or whatever it is. Then, as the trade's going, we're updating the group. If it breaks certain level, you want to add to your entry. And that's what we did here. We added to our entry because it broke a certain level. I believe I think it was on a lower time frame. Yeah, 15-minute time frame. So we actually entered because it broke this level right here. Broke this level, we added to our entry, and it was doing great. Came up here, came down, found support here, coming up. Market is going up and down. We've all experienced, Bitcoin crossing the 9 SMA, and then it turns and it goes up. And now these coins are reacting to it. And then we had a huge dump, and then it's starting to come back up again. So again, you want to put your emotions, and then of course what we're doing is we're also moving up our stop loss just in case the market dumps. Like our stop loss, I don't know if I have, I must have moved it, but our stop loss was underneath this zone right here. So about 15% or so, maybe 12%. This was our stop loss. And then as the trade is going, we're updating the group. Okay, move up your stop loss to this level. And then as the trade's going, move up the stop loss here. But because we had this dump, and I'm seeing how everything's reacting to Bitcoin, hypersensitive, and then now we're doing a lower high, there's a very high chance, possibility, nobody knows, that is going to hit our stop loss at 12%. Now, granted, because we're moving up our stop loss, sometimes we get stopped out, and then the price will continue going up. But what we'll do is we'll just re-enter the trade. Like, nobody knows what's going to happen till after the fact. It's really easy to be a Monday quarterback or a Monday coach and say, oh, well, this should have been done. Like, why would you move up your stop loss right now and then look for reasons why? The market was great or whatever. No, right here, it's coming down. Right here, it's starting to come down. Let's move up our stop loss because we don't know. It could, the market now, finally, Bitcoin does what it's supposed to do. It retraces. When it retraces, it's going to take all these coins with it. Entering longs right now or just spot trades, it's higher risk because we're expecting Bitcoin to come down. However, we can ride the wave until the wave comes crashing. So what we're doing is we're reducing our risk by moving up our stop loss. Yeah, we got stopped out. And what? We'll re-enter when it breaks this level. Could we enter if it bounces here again? Possible, but it's higher risk because we're entering on lower highs and maybe lower lows unless it kind of starts leveling out. So that's the thought process on just journaling. I would definitely recommend doing like a spreadsheet or writing it down. But for me personally, because I do thought process videos for the VIP, I'm doing my journaling like all the time. All right. With that being said, moving on. Let's see here. NOT. Dude, I love that coin. I need to stop talking. I talk a lot, and I understand that, guys. I used to have a code a long time ago when I had another channel that I was forced to delete from my ex-boss, which was I'm not going to get into that story, but on my other channel, I would tell everybody, I was like, all right, guys, let's have a code. That way I don't get offended, because I do know I talk a lot. I give a lot of information. I said, let's have a code. That way I don't get offended. If I ever talk too much, the code word, the safe word is Joe, you're talking too much. And I'll understand. So I'll give you a heads up. All right. Let's see here. Can we look at NOT? Yes, we're going to look at NOT. So the first one up is going to be Doge with the Sol pair. We have NOT on the thing. See here. See, Jesse says 379x my portfolio since last trade. Very nice. Very nice. See, hit the like. Maybe Joe will keep this time slot for the show. I might. I mean, I'm liking it. We got quite a few people in here. I do like it. Hit the like. Thank you. VPVR. Okay, so I'm assuming this is the indicator. See here, Wick says, I'm here to listen. Don't stop talking. Thank you. Appreciate that. So VPVR. I don't like this indicator. And I'm going to show that on Doge / Sol. So let's go ahead and get started. Doge Sol. Okay, so we're doing this on BitTrue. So Doge / Sol. I like it. So there's a few things that we have to take into consideration. One, it moved up a whole bunch. Two, we expect a retracement. 3, Doge right now is pretty much following, just like all the other coins, hypersensitive to Bitcoin. When Bitcoin starts coming down, Doge is coming down slightly. Now, another thing that we have to also know is that Doge has a lot of hype right now from Elon Musk. Being, this was just announced yesterday, the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE. There's a lot of memes already out on Doge. Could Doge continue to pump? Yes, 100%. Do I think Doge will retrace as hard as other coins when Bitcoin retraces? No, I do not. Why? Because it has Elon Musk. Elon Musk is literally the spokesperson for this. Now, of course, for Doge, I did put this in the VIP. This is definitely one of the coins you want to long-term hold. You can trade it, but long-term hold it. If you do, you're going to be very surprised with the amount of money you're going to make. So with that being said, for Doge / SOL, let's put on the indicator that I do not like, and I'm explaining why. This is the volume. This is the visible range volume profile. And man, I look smart. I look super smart. I say that sarcastically. So what does this show us? This shows us volume. Volume is important. This shows us where the volume is based on the part of the screen that I can see. Hence the name visual. If I change my visible range that I'm looking at, this indicator also changes. It updates based off of the information shown on the chart. So if I do this, this changes. Now the importance of this, it shows you the POC, point of control. The importance of the point of control is it kind of shows you if it's above the level, great. If it's below the level, not so great. So I don't like using this once again because it changes based off of the information we see. We just saw right here, it changed. Now what I use is well, let me take this off. So what does it show us? It shows us 1, the POC, and 2, low volume nodes. What is a low volume node? Well, I'll show you. When the price just moves up, there's no ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs. This is great price action. When there is a move up and no ups and downs, this creates a low volume node. Do I need the VPVR to show me a low volume node? No, because I can see it. It moved up. It moved up. Same thing with it going down. There's no support. It just went down. Now, one thing that I like, it's right here. This is the fixed range volume profile. You can see it up here. It highlights. I do have the star by it because this is one of my favorite tools. Now, what this does is it doesn't move. Hence the name fixed. So what you want to do is you want to go from the beginning of the trend. So here's the beginning of the trend. You know, it was doing this number. It stopped here. Here's a pivot. Started coming up. So from here to the very end, this shows me my point of control. It also shows me my low volume nodes, where we can see we have the peaks. Some people call them mountains. We have the peaks. We have the valleys. We have a peak. We have a valley, peak, valley, peak, valley. So this is showing me that this is a low volume, hence low volume node, and I can see it right here. I don't need this to show me. I can see. Now this is the important part. This is saying that right now on the 4-hour time frame, well, any time frame really, this is telling me that the price action currently is underneath the point of control, which just means that when it comes up, it may treat this area as resistance. We want to see it above it to continue the thought process going up. Hey, we got FT White in the house. What's up, my friend? What is up, my friend? All right. So with that being said, I do like this. One thing that I always do is I always do above and beyond, or so I've heard. I like showing you my settings on these. So of course I don't have the value area high or the value area low. To me, this is just noise on the chart. If you want it, you can have it. I can see it. This is where I started. This is where I ended. You know, I can see it. I don't like these on my chart, but you can if you want. I do like the PLC. If you want, you know, there's other settings you can do on here. Then, of course, this is the most important part. For the row size 200, this is going to create more of these bars. And in my opinion, this is needed so that you can get a little bit more precise. So, and of course, this right here. And then what you can do is just save it, save as, and then you can save it whatever you want. Then you hit OK. But for me personally, I use the fixed volume range profile because no matter where I move the chart, it stays right there. So this is what I do like about this. So we can do the same thing as we did earlier in reference to a price as far as targets go, because, well, again, on this one, all-time high. I think, nope, not all-time high. So what I would do is I would go to a higher time frame. I would reset the chart, right click, reset the chart. Lots of wicks. Okay, don't like the wicks. We can see that right here, this dotted line is where the current price action's at. I can come over here and go to my magnet tool, make sure it snaps to the candle body closes, make sure this is white. These are my support resistance levels. And we can do one more right here. Of course, the more touches you have, the better the stronger the support / resistance is. We can go to the 4-hour time frame. We can look for a possible retracement. Let's go to our fib retracement tool. Let's go from the very bottom of the move to the very top. And for this, I would like to see it come down. Let's go ahead and get rid of the background so y'all can see it a little bit better. I would like to see this retrace to the 35% mark, potentially the 50%. If it continues going down, even better, but I don't think it's going to do that. So what I would do in this case is I would have the thought process, potential, coming down to here. I seriously doubt here, and then coming up. So for this entry, I would wait. Wait 2 hours, see what's going to happen. See if the price action is going to... I really want to see it break this level. Oops. I was like, why is it doing that? We have a lot of buys, buy pressure and sell pressure. I do think it's going to come down here though. So what I would do is I would wait for an hour and 30 minutes to see if in fact the 4-hour candle body closes underneath this. If it closes underneath this, we want to wait. We want to wait to see if the price comes down here and then starts coming up, then we can enter the trade. But if it doesn't break the newly created pivot, so if it does this number, it comes up and then it retraces and then it comes up again, but it doesn't break this level, we wait. Because now more than likely it's going to come down here to the 50 and then potentially break the level. The most important key is it breaking this level, the most recently created pivot or high, because again, this is resistance. This is basically how easy we can make trading. Right now, this is in a bullish trend, and there's a really high possibility it's going to continue going up. We just need to retrace a little bit. So that's my thought process on that. All right, let's see here. See, okay, then I know why you don't like it. Okay, so I'm assuming you're referring to the VPVR. Yeah, I don't like it because when you move it, it changes the PLC. The PLC point of control is very important to me, very important. All right, so we went over this coin. I want to see it come down first, and then same thing as always, we have our levels here. If we did enter, let's say it did close above it, we did enter, you know, our first target could be about 30% underneath our resistance, and our stop loss would be roughly underneath our 35%, which would give us about 15. So roughly a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. Hopefully that makes sense. Just to make sure that I'm not giving y'all a disservice, and I greatly appreciate y'all for being here, I'm also going to put this right here. So we can do this. So of course the yellow, this is my target, this is my stop loss. The 4-hour candle must close above this level if you want a safer entry. If you want to be higher risk, then you can enter now. If you do enter now, I recommend doing like 25% in case it moons, you know, 25%. But when you do enter, I recommend doing 50% of an entry. That way we can wait and see, is it going to do this? It breaks this, you enter your other 50%. Again, you're reducing your risk, increasing your profits. Reducing your risk, increasing the chance of you possibly entering a successful trade with the break of the resistance. All right, moving on. Let's see here. Al says, what's up, fam? Sorry for being late. Oh, no problem, man. Not a problem. CJ says, also sub by advance of my bro wick. Oh, thank you for the advice. Oh, cool. Appreciate you. Thank you guys for being here. Yes, tell everybody about this channel. Trying to get this channel grow. You know, kind of hit a little hump. So just kind of, you know, share the stuff out there. It's a free hour of mentorship. It really is. All right. So we did that one. Let's look at BIGTIME. And again, this is going to be faster now. This is going to be faster. BIGTIME, USDT. This is going to be on MEXC. Looking at this, let's go ahead and delete our 37 drawings. We're looking at BIGTIME on a higher time frame. We do see that it is producing higher highs and higher lows. We're in this uptrend. We can also see that we have trend lines. So let's see if we can draw a trend line. Bingo, bango, bingo, and a bango. I do like this. Let's extend this a little bit right here. Let's make this one a little bit. There we go. So this is an uptrend. Of course, it'll continue being in the uptrend until it doesn't, until it breaks down. Right now, I would be very careful with this one. I do like this one. I would actually wait for an entry. So for me, I'm setting alerts all the time. And this is why, in my opinion, well, not this one now, because we did that. So let's do it right here. So in my opinion, this is why my risk is always being reduced, because I'm waiting for these trades. So you can have an aggressive trade and you can have a safer trade. On this example, I'm going to show you both. So for a safer trade, what I would do is I would have an alert set above this wick. The 4-hour candle must close above this level that we just did. Once it closes above it, we're into the trade. Now, for a more aggressive trade, I would, of course, you know, we're looking at the 4-hour time frame. For an aggressive trade, what I would do is I would actually enter now. Now, the reason I'm entering now is because, well, we have this trend line that has been bouncing off of. We came really close to the trend line. We're starting to do some wicks. These are buying pressure. Some wicks coming up. So for this one, if this was going to be a more of an aggressive entry, I would do a 50% entry right now, knowing that the price might come down. And if it does, okay, no problem. More than likely what it'll do is it'll come down to about here. And then if I'm still in the aggressive mood, and it comes up, I could do 25, 50%, or wait till it breaks this newly created pivot, the newly created pivot that I mentioned quite often. Then you can enter the remainder here. Now, the benefit of only entering 50% here is if it does come down to my liquidation zone, and let me go ahead and show you my stuff for this one. I do have negative 0.25, negative 0.33. This is my liquidation zone. I also have the 1.25 and 1.335. I don't know why I have 335. It should just be 33. It doesn't really matter though, but it should be just that. This is my liquidation zone. And the price action, man, how many times have you put your stop loss down here just to see the price action come down here with the wick or whatever, and then come up? So if the price action does come down here, what you might want to do is enter another 50% with the more than likely chance of it coming up. Now, in addition to this, I do have some secret sauce I'm going to give y'all real quick. So let me go ahead and just, let's go back to the daily. Now, what I also have is I have another one where, let's see here, from here to here, let's do the same thing. And then extend it out. So I'm basically just duplicating this. So here's some secret sauce. Then I go to my settings and I go to my liquidation zone plus. Ooh, look at this, guys. Fancy, huh? Pretty fancy. So all it is this right here. Negative 0.55, negative 0.65, 1.55, and 1.65. And this is my extended liquidation zone. So this is where I would potentially have my stop loss underneath, knowing that the market makers may come to this liquidation plus zone before bouncing it up. So these are just my thought process. Here's a little bit of alpha in there for you. Let's see here. Let's see, it just says, and I followed on X. Thank you, man. See, 1.339 for golden pocket, isn't it? Not that I know of. I mean, you may be following other people that use that as a golden pocket. For me, the 0.5 and the 0.618 is the golden pocket. Now, people also have, I think it's called the platinum pocket, 0.778. I think that's their platinum pocket. 0.618 and the 0. Or is it 887? I think it's 887 is their platinum pocket. For me, I just want to be unique and have my own and put a 0.777 and have it the gold. No, make it the hot pocket. So we have the golden pocket, the platinum pocket, and then mine, the hot pocket. I don't know, we'll see. We shall see. Let's see here. Al says, great alpha. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Like I said, guys, I do this for free every single day, 1 hour. But today we're going a little bit over. I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. All right, so this is for big time. If you want to do an aggressive entry, this is what I'm looking at. And of course, go to the 4-hour time frame. And nothing wrong with an aggressive entry. You get more percentage. This is just a safer entry. Now, granted, but Joe, we're right underneath resistance of the trend line. Yeah, we are. But we're also above these areas of resistance, so that if we do get rejected here and it comes down, we have a very nice area of support rather than a strong area of resistance. So that's the pro and con of either a safer entry or an aggressive entry. Okay, so we did big time as far as entries go. And the same thing, guys, as far as your targets go, depending on where you enter, your first target could be right here underneath this resistance level. Your second target could be underneath your trend line level. So this is something that I stress. One thing that I want to do on this channel is create trading warriors. I want warriors. I want you to tell me, Joe, look at this coin. It has this market cap. It bounced off of support, or it just broke a break of structure. Check it out. And I look and say, oh man, this is a great setup. And then we all enter it because it's a great setup. I don't want sheep. If you're a sheep and you want to stay a sheep, hey, that's fine, whatever. But a sheep is somebody who, oh, here's a setup, and then you just take it blindly. But the next thing you're going to do is you're going to ask, oh man, it's coming down. Like, should I get out? Well, what should I do? Learn how to trade. Get a mentor. I'm your free hour mentor every day. If you want to join the group, great. So here's the thing, guys. I do have this. I know that some have a lot of money. Some don't have any money. I don't want anything stopping you from making an absolute, to dominate this bull run. I don't want anything stopping you. One, you can get this for free every day. Come to my channel. I will answer your questions. So we have a free plan. We also have on YouTube a $29.99 plan, which basically you don't get nearly as much stuff as you get in the VIP, but you get something. You get videos on VIP chart setups, sometimes 1, maybe 3 times a week. If you have a little bit more money, and this is per month, guys, $49.99. If you can't afford the VIP, hey, and you have a little bit more money, do this one. This is the Warrior in Training. In the VIP, we train warriors. And I got a lot of warriors in the training group already because they've been with me for a while. And they understand, and they see the thought process. And here, Warrior in Training, this is on YouTube. Become a member. Here you get more chart setups. And not only that, but more than likely, I'm going to do more thought process videos for this group. Now, granted, it's not nearly the stuff that I put in the actual VIP. For the actual VIP, you get a bunch of videos that show you the basics. They show you the foundation of trading. You need a solid foundation in order to build on it. If you're trying to build on a very weak foundation, you don't know what's going on, it's going to crumble. It really is. No matter what indicator you have, no matter what setup's given to you, if you don't understand the foundation, it's going to crumble. You're going to lose. My goal is to make you money. Here, we have videos that are 3, 4, 5 minutes long, on average about 4 minutes. They show you how to trade. In addition to that, I also have updated videos on our active trades, our inactive trades, what we're looking at. And I cover everybody. I cover the aggressive trader, the safe trader. I let you know what trades I'm looking at, but they're not ready. Those are for the aggressive traders. So like, oh man, it's a great setup, I'm just going to do it. Then you go for it. But if you're a safer trader, you wait till I post in the setups channel, and then you take the trade. And when I post, I say, enter now, add here, stop, move up your stop loss. I'm updating the charts, and I don't post 15, 20 charts a day like all the other groups. 1, 2, maybe 3 charts. And this is what you get in the VIP. Now, if you want, I haven't released this yet. If you want the lifetime membership, which I strongly recommend, you're going to be with me for a while, at least a bull run, maybe even 2, before you're like, you know what, I know everything, Joe. I'm a guru now, so whatever. But if you want to do the VIP lifetime membership or the yearly membership, those you do get a huge discount, and I'm going to discount that discount. I'm going to do a Black Friday sale. I haven't announced it yet, the prices, but if you're interested, definitely send me a message on Telegram. I will give you those prices, and that's for the yearly membership or the lifetime membership. And I show you all this stuff. I show you how to be a trading warrior. I show you, I basically just lay everything out for you. So hopefully you gained value from that. We did big time. Let's do NUT, and NUT is, okay, NUT and then Bonk. And then Bonk is going to be the last one, because we are way over the time. We're way over the time. All right, so let's do NUT. I do like NUT. This one got introduced to me, and this is why I love doing YouTube. Absolutely love it. When I'm on YouTube, people give me coins, and it's like, man, what is this coin? So I look at the coin, I do research on it. It's like, oh, I like it. Okay. So this was just training that I was doing, talking about liquidity, et cetera, et cetera. Wait for the 4-hour candle to close. So this is the same thing over and over. Set your alert above the wick. 4-hour candle must close above it. If so, enter the trade. If not, more than likely, price is going to come down. And then you enter the trade once this happens. What happened? Price came up, came down, continue coming down. We're not in this trade. We're not holding this trade. There's so many groups out there that will buy the breakout of this trend line. Here's an example. Here is an example. Buy the breakout of this trend line right here. If I could draw straight, I would. You buy the breakout, it gets rejected here based off of this resistance. We mentioned this earlier. And then you're holding it. It comes down here, comes back into the pattern, you get stopped out. You just lost the trade when you didn't need to. All these other groups, they will post chart after chart after chart just so they can have because they're playing the numbers game, just those certain coins or charts that made gains so they could trick everybody on YouTube and Twitter and everywhere else. Look at this, we made 80%. This one, they're tricking everybody. I don't want you being tricked. All right. Speaking about tricks, no, I don't know. Like, let me pull a rabbit out of the hat. So here we go. We're looking at this right now. NUT is not looking so hot. Lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. Downtrend, however, possible bottom. But then we thought that here. And we thought that here. But possible bottom. I do like this. This one actually might be ready. So let's go over here. If you're finding value from this content, guys, put a 5 in the chat. Put a 5 in the chat. Jesse says, a lifetime, what is the price? DM me, my friend. DM me. My, let's see here. Let me put my Telegram. I don't want to put the price in the pin message. So I just pinned it. Send me a message on Telegram, ask me for that information. I don't want to put it on live stream prior to actually announcing it, because the price may go up because I have it pretty inexpensive. So the price may go up. All right. So yeah, so definitely send me a message. So here we have nuts. It's coming down, coming down, coming down. We're doing nice. Let's do this right here. I'm doing this. We have a level right here. This is nice. We have a level right here. Doing nice. We have a level right here. Doing nice. We can also do a level right here. So what I want to do is I want to split this up. This was too much. And so here's a trick. Here's some more alpha, guys. Whenever you're doing these levels in the bear market, you want these levels to be 10 to 20% apart so you can trade in between the range. When we're in the bull market, you want them 20 to 40%. Now, granted, I know this is probably like 120%, but you want them 20 to 40% so you can trade the ranges if in fact your coin enters a range. So write that down, rewind it, pause the video, do whatever you got to do, but that's very important. So I'm gonna say it once more. And one thing that I always recommend whenever you're watching my channel, again, this is free mentorship. Have a pen and paper handy, so whenever I say anything that's gold, and there's a lot of tips and tricks that I give, you can write this stuff down. So in the bear market, you want these levels to be 10 to 20% apart because you want to trade in between the ranges. In the bull market, you want them 20 to 40% apart so you can trade the ranges if it goes into a range. So let's just see what we would have had here. From here to here, let's say 20%. Awesome. From here to here, this one is 15%. Not so awesome, but it's not bad either. Now, granted, it doesn't have to be exactly 20 or 40%, and here's 20%. So this right here is pretty much the halfway mark between this one and this one. This is what you want to see. All right, moving on. Here we go. Right now, this is actually in the halfway mark, and let's go ahead and do it with this one. Let's do here. Yes. So one thing that I do with my eyeballs, I'm always looking to the left and to the right. Here, using the magnet tool, I snapped it to this one. Candle body or candle wick close. Candle wick almost. This one went a little bit above it. This one right on it. Let's see if we can find a better area with more stops. Thought it was this one. Went up here. Okay, we'll use this one. So we'll use the actual candle body close. So we have two candle body closes that are right here, and then also these candle body closes. So it's above this level, which is good. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame is not looking up, not looking bad, not looking bad. So what we had, oh, and I don't do patterns, and I know there's certain people out there that they have certain mentors they watch that they trade on the 1 minute time frame, and they'll see something like this. Granted, it's a 4-hour. Look, guys, we have an amazing inverse head and shoulders. We have a shoulder, and we have a head, and we have a shoulder. Good Lord. Did you used to wear a helmet when you were drawing? Good. That's not an inverse head and shoulders. Look, guys, we have what else can we have an Adam and we have an Eve. What? Do you know what? I've been trading for over, a decade and blah. Wait, what? How? No. Take off the helmet. I think there's a lot of sweat going in your ears and in your eyes. This is resistance. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Resistance. Now, price action broke above. Nice support. Came over here, kind of broke through the support just a little bit, and now it's coming up. However, we have this high, kind of a double top or double high. Then we have a lower high. Then we don't know what's going to happen here. So to be on the safe side, again, I'm going to give you an aggressive and a safer entry. For the safer entry, alert above these wicks, because these wicks serve as resistance. And then you need the 4-hour candle to close above this level. We'll make this one blue so it stands out. 4-hour candle must close above this level. And then, of course, we can enter the trade. If it doesn't close, well, then more than likely it may come down here and bounce. If it bounces. Again, right now, Bitcoin is doing these things, going up and up and up. If it comes down, it's taking the whole market with it. So with that being said, entering now, a little bit higher risk. Now, if Bitcoin was just going sideways, this is still higher risk because we're doing lower highs, but it's a better entry because we're at the bottom versus the top. But because Bitcoin is where it's at, I think that this one might come down. However, you see these wicks right here? This is saying that there's buying pressure. This is saying that the price may go up, kind of like how we did here. You know, buying pressure, price went up. Doesn't mean that it will. Look, Joe, we have a long wick reversal area. No. These wicks just say, these wicks just say that we have a potential of going up. And of course, well, it did. Came down, came up again. So for an aggressive entry, what I would do, what's the price range difference? I'm always looking at the price range difference. 4%, 5%, okay. If you're trading with a lot of money, 5% is a lot. If you're trading with $100, $200, it's not so much. But if you're trading with 10, 50,000, I mean, it's a lot of money. And you also have to take into consideration the market cap as well. If this is 100 million market cap, you don't want to be trading, you know, $50,000 on this coin or 5,000. Like, you want to scale into the trade definitely over several days, if that. All right, moving on. Let's see here. Boom is ready. Boom is ready. We just got an alert. Hide my face. Hide my face. We won't hide it. Okay, we'll hide it. Boom is ready. Possible. We'll see. All right. So for this one, I do think that if we were going to enter the trade, it would be same thing. I would do 50% right here, and I'd have a lower entry as well. I would have a lower entry just in case we get another one of these dumb wicks, and I would actually be saving roughly around 8%. So my lower entry would be right around here, and we'll have it in blue as well, and I'd be saving 8%. Now my stop loss would be right here. But Joe, what if this one hits and then we get stopped out? That's just a risk you'll have to take. Granted, none of this is financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. You'll be losing 4% right away. Right away. Now, granted, that's better than, you know, having all of your entry way up here. So for the stop loss for this case, we're looking at, let's go ahead and put this as our stop loss. We're looking at this number right here. All those zeros, 6620. Now, as far as your target goes, this is again for the aggressive entry. For your target, we want at least a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. What I like doing, looking over to the left, and I like going underneath the candle bodies. So this part right here, I will actually go just a little bit lower. So always look at my crosshairs when I'm doing this. So my crosshairs, it's underneath this candle body as well. So this would be my target. So this would be my target, roughly around right here. And this is my target. So this is your chart setup for knots. And I keep on forgetting, I gotta do this. This over here, this is for my YouTube rapid fire. So we did not. So this is your setup. This is an aggressive entry. Safer entry will be right here. And I hope you do like that. All right, moving on. So we did not. The last one is going to be Bonk. So let's go ahead and do Bonk. This is a USDT. Of course, the meme coins are just going nuts, and this one just the same. So let's go and delete all of our 20 drawings. Let's go and look at the daily time frame. It's just gone absolutely nuts. Let's see here. So right now it's right underneath resistance. Let me guess, Joe, you're gonna set an alert. Yes, I'm gonna set an alert. So I'm gonna put it on the candle body close. For the alert, I would do an alert up here. Now, I'm also going to do a lower entry as well. So same thing, 4 hour candle body needs to close above this number. If it does, all the zeros, 4, 1, 2, 8. If it does close above that, then great. Now, some of y'all might be wondering why I say these numbers all the time. The reason for that, when I had my first channel, somebody reached out to me and says, Joe, I'm visually impaired. You know, I have magnifiers and all that fun stuff. And it's really hard to see the numbers. Could you say them for me? Granted, this was 4 years ago. And to this day, I still do that. Because if there's any person that is visually impaired, I want them to feel at home. You know, here we have the numbers slightly larger than most people have them on YouTube. Not only that, but I also say the numbers because I'm thinking about those people. Because in my opinion, you know, that shouldn't be something that should hold you back, you know. And it's something that we can easily do. So that's why I do that. Anyway, moving on. So hopefully the price action moves and pulls back to around here. And the perfect ideal spot would be in this zone. Do I think it's going to pull back to this zone? No, especially not in this current state that we're in. I don't know about you, but I'm in Georgia. Wrong state. So I'm not sure what's, as far as depend on the market, depend on the state that we're in, as far as bullish or bearish. We're going to see what happens. Does it continue going, or do we finally get the pullback? Now, as far as a pullback goes, I want to see something like 35%. I would love to see a 35%. If the price action retraces to about here, we get into the trade. And I think it'll do great. I don't think it'll pass the 50% mark. I really don't. Not in this market. 15. Oh, let's go to a lower time frame. Let's see here on the 4-hour time frame. We do see that it came up, it came down barely. So let's just look at this. And one thing I love doing, and this is also going to the part of the documentation in your trading journal. Looking at the chart and looking and seeing what happened. Price came down. Price came up, broke this level barely, was in a accumulation, sideways action, just doing nothing. If it comes down to, it should come down in here. This is a fair value gap. Should come down in here, but it didn't. Decided to come up, broke this level of resistance, started doing this number. Okay, no retracement. This run up, very little. No, actually, no retracement. 1% maybe. Then ran up some more. No it retraced a little bit, barely one on one candle, 4 hours. Came back up, went up some more, pulled back barely, went up some more, pulled back a little bit, went up some more. So this is telling me that more than likely we're going to have a pullback to minimum 15%, but I do want to see more. My watch for this, and I would look at it on a 1 hour time frame. So let's go and put it on the 1 hour time frame. I would look for something like this. This would be to where there's barely any pullback, and I knew that was going to happen. This would be to where there's any oh my gosh, let's move this all the way over here since we're doing this. Let's move this over here like so. Okay, try to get that. There we go. So this would mean that we'll do it like this. This would mean there's barely pullback, if any. And it could continue going up. Again, Bitcoin, as soon as Bitcoin comes down, this is going to come crashing down. Now, at the bare minimum, I would like to see it past the 15% mark. This is roughly around 20. But ideally, it's for it to come back in here, get this liquidity, and then do this. Once it crosses this, hopefully on the 1 hour time frame, you're good. And then same thing, you have your targets and everything else. See, Wick says Joe's a real one. Yeah. So my model from day one is I want to get rich with you, not because of you. Period. Now you may say, well, Joe, you just showed us all this. You're a hypocrite? Like you are getting rich off of us. No, this is paying for my experience. If you can't pay for my experience, join me every day for free. I literally want to help you. There are so many people that say, oh yeah, I want to help you. I want to change your life. Pay me. And you may come with, man, I don't have any money. Like I'm barely getting by. I don't even have money for groceries this week, but I'm going to eat ramen for the whole week so that I could try to invest $30 or $50. I don't have money to give you, and I see you posting charts or, doing your stuff on YouTube, but you don't really explain what you're doing. You just give a setup or whatever. Here, I'm different. I don't want you to have any excuses. If you have money, and I say this, and people say, Joe, you're not a good salesman. I'm not trying to be a salesman. If you have money, stop messing around, join my group, period. If you don't have money or have very little money, I can still help you. If you have no money, I'm here for you. Literally, I'm here for you. I'm not like all these other people that say, oh, I want to help you change your life, but you have to pay me. If you don't have it, watch me every day. If you do have it, stop messing around. If you don't have as much, do the VIP memberships. Like, you're gonna get value, you're gonna make money, you're gonna change your life. Just depends on how fast you want to do it. VIP, change it very fast. The other ones that I have, to where I give you no excuses. You're still gonna change your life, it's just gonna take you a little longer. That's all I got. Jesse says, I have little money. Don't do any memberships. Join me every day, man, every day. Tomorrow I'm gonna go live at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and ask me questions, ask me about charts, ask me anything, indicators, anything. I'm getting goosebumps, guys. I'm so motivated to help you, you have no idea. My mom raised me morals, values, integrity. And what I try to do every single day is express that. Every single day. I'm not one of those that say, oh yeah, I want to help you, but I won't unless you give me money. I will open the door for you to come on in. So come on in. All right, moving on. Let's see here. Just got support by the government. Good for you, man. Good for you. Good for you. Man, I'm so happy you're here. I am so happy you're here. And hopefully, you know, I know times are tough. And that's why I want to do this story time. And that's why I want to do this. Story time. Man, I was so poor growing up. I was so poor growing up. I literally lived in a house that had dirt floors when I was a kid. Literally. I saw my mom, single mom, struggle every single day. I saw her trying to do the absolute best for us, you know, my brother and I. Absolute best for us. You know, and it was so funny. I say this story, I love this story. You know, she would teach us all the time, you know, because we would ride the bus, you know, to wherever we would go. We had transportation, nothing like that. And she would tell us, you know, boys, if you see a pregnant woman, you know, you give her your seat. If you see an old person, you give them their seat. If you see a woman, you give them your seat. And it was so funny. Every single time I was on the bus, I'm looking for a pregnant woman. I'm looking for an old man. I'm looking for these people so I could jump out. So one day, the bus is crowded. It's early in the morning, like 6:30, whatever it is. It's dark. It's, you know, drizzly. It's cold. And this pregnant female, she must have been like in her early 20s. She comes in and I see her. I look at my brother. He looks at me and I stand up. She didn't even finish paying. I stand up. Miss, take my seat. Oh man, my brother, same thing. Oh, good Lord. One second. Oh, that was so much fun. So yeah, so my brother too, he's like, miss, take my seat. So yeah, it was fun. All right, moving on. Let's see here. Wick says $24.99 a month. No. I don't do the pick. That's Road Dog. But no, mine is lifetime. But it's cheaper though, coming up. So, you know, if you do want that price, of course, let me know. Telegram. Let me know. All right. Let's see here. Let's go to some of this chats. Let's see here. Late to the show. Surprise show is still going. Happy crypto hunting. Yes. See, just says so valuable. Thanks for letting me know about this, man. Wick. Yeah. Thank you, Wick. Appreciate you. And let everybody know, guys. Let everybody know. This is what I want to do. Crypto Kenny says, this is a small investment that can change your life. Very true. And if nothing else, invest your time. Let's see here. Crypto Kenny says, I started off with $99 package and went well more pay. Yeah, it paid for itself. And of course I have all these videos and everything else. And like I show you how to do all this stuff. And one thing I do also is I show you where I get my information from. Because what I want is I want a community. I want trading warriors. I don't want people to look at me as, you know, the head of whatever and just like, no, I want to show you what I'm doing. I want to show you where I'm getting the information from. That way, because if you think about it, I love working smarter, not harder. If I have 5, 6, 7 people who are dedicated into helping others, and one person is doing, you know, one thing specially, another person is doing one thing specially, so that's less work for me. I can concentrate more on the charts. And then now we have people chiming in with very important data from the market, whether it's news, whether it's token releases, whether it's, you know, new tokens that are being released, whether it's whatever it is. We have certain people that are doing certain things, which makes my job a lot easier, which I can give you more of the thought process in the videos, more thought process on stuff that we're doing. But yeah, and we're doing that. So what I do is I share all of my stuff with you, all of it. Let's see here. It just says, I get it, but have to pay the bills too each month. Yeah. So just watch it. I'll send up first. See, for a pregnant one. Yeah, same. See, it'll pay off 5 years. Yeah. So I tell you what, guys, that's one thing that I always do. Like, I always open doors. I always have. I was that guy because I used to do pest control. Story time. I used to do pest control, and so I'm always driving, and I'd be that guy. I would see somebody flat tire, and I'm of course in the fast lane. I'd pull over, miss my exit, over, miss my exit, over, get the next exit, do the turnaround, wait for the light, go to the next light, do the turnaround, come back, look for them, pull over, and ask them if they need help. Usually it was always yes. Usually. I think, man, 9 out of every 10 times it was always yes. So I would go and I'd change their tire, and some of them would try to pay me. So I said, the only thing I ask from you is pay it forward. If you see somebody in help and you have the ability to help. You know, that's what you should, that's what everybody should do. Now, granted, there have been like 3 or 4 times in my 13-year career of being in pest control, there are like 3 or 4 times that I did not stop. I know what you're thinking. Oh, Joe, you're a jerk. No, the person who had a flat tire, smoking hot woman, God, you would think she was a model, you know, mini skirt or a tight fitting skirt. I go, it's like, someone's gonna stop for them. And sure enough, before I could even go any further, somebody's pulling over because it's a hot female, you know. But for me, if you're hot, I'm not stopping for you. If you're an older gentleman or just somebody who looks like they need help, I'll help you. But, you know, attractive females, you know, 10 guys are going to pull over. Anyway, moving on. Let's see. Sam says, I was working most of the show, but I'm here to watch it again. Awesome, man. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you haven't already, definitely smash a like. I do this every single day. Tomorrow, we're doing this at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My goal, once again, is to get rich with you, not because of you. If you have money, great. If you don't, doesn't matter to me. I want to help you. I will change your life. And for me, it's just more good karma that I'm putting out there. You know, people speak about good karma. I actually do good karma. You know, if there's certain people that if you say something negative in their echo chamber of just positivity, they will ban them. I don't. I encourage you. Hey, you think I can't do something? Okay, explain your case. All right, well, I'll show you what I can do. Okay, let's see how this trade plays out. Let's go. So I'm not one of those to where it's like, you know, it has to be an echo chamber. All right, guys, that's all I got. I do thank you so much. Today was an amazing show. If you liked it and you haven't already, definitely smash a like, subscribe, have that notification bell on, follow me on Twitter, and I'm going to make you money. Not financial advice, not financial advisor, just a guy on the internet who was raised right and who wants to share the knowledge. Now, you may think, there's no value in that because it's free. Let's see. I want to prove to you that there is value. Join me every day. My name is Joe. This is TradeIntuition, signing off. And as always, we're going to watch the intro video because I absolutely love it. I think it's super powerful. And I'm really happy to be here. Happy to be part of your crypto journey. Tell others about this channel. Once again, my name is Joe, also known as TradeIntuition. As always, let's make this money. Take care, guys. And I hit the wrong button. Try it again. 3, 2, 1, bingo bango. Put bingo bangos in the chat if you could. Thank you, guys. See ya.
This election, I think, is going to decide the fate of America and the fate of Western civilization.
next President of the United States. Enough was enough. And I said, let Trumpomania run wild, brother. Let Trumpomania rule again. Let Trumpomania make America great again.
If you try to kill our citizens, we will kill you. If you spill a drop of American blood, we will spill a gallon of yours.
If you come back, we're going to kill you. We're going to give you the death penalty or kill you.
The fact is, and I'll say it now, you have to get him the hell out. You have to get him out. We will make America great again.
Oh man, so powerful. All right, guys, thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until then, take care, be safe, always have a stop loss, and don't FOMO. Don't do it. Take care, guys.